The G20 summit, as I've mentioned, which is wrapping up in Bali, Indonesia. On the final day of the summit, we had, of course, that emergency meeting taking place. The session was interrupted today. France 24's correspondent on the ground, Tamin Al-Akitan, is standing by. Tamin, as I asked you earlier, the war in Ukraine clearly remained front and center on this final day.
Of course, the situation in Ukraine has dominated almost all the discussions here in Bali. The final copy of the declaration, the leaders' declarations, we have received this copy a couple of minutes ago of the final declaration, which cites UN Security Council resolution of March 2022, which deplores in the strongest terms the aggression by the Russian Federation. Those are the words of the UN declaration. Now, the declaration of the G20 stipulates then that most members of the group of 20 strongly condemned the war in Ukraine. Of course, this sentence is worth mentioning because the saying most members and not all members allowed actually the Russian delegation to sign this declaration without being in a diplomatic embarrassment. We spoke about these negotiations to write the text of the declaration with one source close to the French president, and he said to us that Moscow could actually technically have the option to announce an objection through a footnote, but the Elysee Palace analyzes the situation, says that the Russians did not want to seem too isolated on the international level. Now, the declaration also welcomed Turkey's efforts to broker this summer a deal that allowed the exportation of Ukrainian grains to countries in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Now, we know that this deal will come to an end officially on Friday, and we do not know about the new efforts to extend it. We know that Western countries want this deal extended, but for now there is no announcement regarding the Black Sea grain deal.
Tamin, thank you very much for that, Tamin, reporting there for us in Bali.